Welcome back to Rise with Henry. Today I want to talk about something personal, something that was part of my life for a very long time: alcohol. Now before we begin, this isn't a story about judging anyone, and it's definitely not a story about pretending I've got life all figured out. If you've listened to episode 1, you'll already know that's not the case. I'm still the King Kong of mistakes. I've just become slightly more experienced at surviving them. But this is a story about lessons, and sometimes the lessons that change us the most come from the things we'd rather not talk about. Now before you say, "Oh great, here's another podcast about how drinking is bad," relax. That's not the message I'm trying to share today. This isn't really a story about alcohol. It's a story about escape. Alcohol just happened to be my escape. For someone else it might be gambling. For someone else it might be social media. For someone else it might be work. The point is this: anything you use to avoid your problems for long enough can eventually become a problem itself. And that's what I learned the hard way. For me, alcohol started when I was around 14 years old. At the time, it appealed to me because it gave me something I thought I needed: an escape. For a few minutes, I could forget my problems. For a few hours, I didn't have to think about stress. I didn't have to think about worries. I didn't have to think about life. And when you're young, that can feel like a solution. The problem was, it wasn't a solution. It was a temporary pause button. And eventually, life always presses play again, usually at the worst possible time. What started as something occasional slowly became something bigger. Not overnight, not all at once, but little by little. The real problem wasn't just the habit. The real problem was that I started becoming someone I didn't recognize. I kept making promises I couldn't keep. I kept saying things would change. I kept telling myself, next time will be different. And somehow, next time kept turning into the same story. Different day, same cycle. The decisions I was making didn't reflect my character. They didn't reflect the person I wanted to become. And looking back now, the warning signs were everywhere. But the funny thing about warning signs is this: you only really understand them once you've already passed them. One warning sign was isolation. I started pulling away from people. Another warning sign was money. And let's be honest, alcohol and financial responsibility are not best friends. And another warning sign was something I didn't fully understand at the time. I started settling for less. Less from myself, less from my goals, less from my future. And that's the part that hurts the most. Not the mistakes, but the fact I accepted a smaller version of my life than I was capable of living. Eventually, I realized something important. Alcohol wasn't removing my problems, it was postponing them. And every problem I avoided was still waiting for me, sometimes bigger, sometimes more complicated, and sometimes just more exhausting. The hardest person to be honest with is often yourself. And for a long time, I wasn't honest with myself. But once I was, everything started to change. Not instantly, not perfectly, but one day at a time, one decision at a time, one step at a time. And today, I'm proud to say I've been sober for almost 3 years. Now that doesn't mean everything suddenly became easy. It doesn't mean I woke up one morning with everything figured out. If it did, I'd probably be retired by now. What sobriety gave me was something much deeper. It gave me back my self-respect. It gave me confidence in myself. It gave me the ability to look in the mirror and know that my actions were finally starting to match the person I wanted to become. It also helped me improve my relationships, not just with other people, but with myself. And that started with something I avoided for a long time: uncomfortable conversations, the honest conversations, the conversations where you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility. And honestly, those conversations are harder than anything else. Since then, I've been chasing goals that once felt impossible. I've been setting the bar high for myself, not because I think I'm better than anyone else, but because I finally realized I'm capable of more than I used to believe. And one of the biggest rewards has been peace of mind. Real peace of mind. The kind that doesn't disappear the next day. The kind that comes from knowing you're moving in the right direction. One thing I've learned is this: when you start changing your life, your circle often becomes smaller. Not everyone comes with you. Not everyone understands. And that's okay, because sometimes a smaller circle creates a bigger future. Listen, if there's one thing I want you to take from this episode, it's this. We all have something we use to escape, something we run to when life gets uncomfortable. And at first, it feels like it helps. It feels like a break. It feels like control. But over time, The thing we use to escape our problems can start becoming the thing that creates them. And I learned that the hard way, not from one big moment, but from small decisions that built up over time. And here's the truth I had to face. Running from your problems doesn't make them disappear. It just delays the moment you have to deal with them, and sometimes makes them heavier when you finally do. But the moment I stopped running, even though it wasn't easy, that's when things started to change. Not overnight, not perfectly, but honestly. And if I can add one more thing, don't wait for a perfect moment to change something in your life, because that moment usually doesn't come. The change starts when you decide to stop avoiding what you already know you need to face. That's the takeaway. If you're listening right now and you're struggling with something, I want you to know this. Change is possible. Not overnight, not perfectly, but one day at a time, one decision at a time, one step at a time. Your mistakes do not define you. Your past does not define you. What defines you is what you decide to do next. And if nobody has told you lately, keep going. The life you're building is worth it. And next week on Rise with Henry, we're going to talk about rock bottom, what it looked like, what it felt like, and how sometimes the place you never wanted to be becomes the place where everything starts to change. Until then, keep rising, and I'll see you in the next episode.